So I am back, and this girl is a tech cat. She loves to do what? Just climb on my keyboard. This is the reason my keyboard started having issues. This is the reason. And guess what? The simple solution to it was just to unplug my external keyboard and put it back in, and it override the internal keyboard that kept messing around because this baby kept climbing on my keyboard. Mm. She's a hell of a fun game, and she's so playful. She's so full of life, so energetic. I'm grateful for her presence in my life. She's really helped me a lot. She's helped me amplify my energy, so I can't complain. And you see, when I was going through that, I didn't have any negative emotions because I just completely surrendered to source I exist within. I understand that I not create myself. I couldn't create myself. I couldn't create myself. I am not. Sorry, it's still a bit switching there and there, but bear with me. I keep have to. Sorry. My system still has the twitchiness of it, so I have to keep removing and unplugging the keyboard. But at least I have a temporary fix to it while I can still work on my codes. And very soon I will change all this because it's just temporary. Everything you think you're going through right now that looks like it's the only thing that is happening. It's just for now. It's now to test how positive that vibration is, how strong you are in what you believe in, how what do you really stand in. And I was just, expressing this on Thread because I'm a Thread fan. I love the point of Thread because it connects everything together. If you make a comment on a post, it connects it to you, that so it can be traced to you, which is very important because it makes everything you see like come back to you in a way that it's you. Like if you say something positive, it can be traced back to you. Just the same way if you say something negative, it can be traced back to you. So I'm grateful for Thread, for Instagram, and I'm even grateful for the fact that Facebook deleted my account because if Facebook didn't delete my account, I wouldn't be active on other platforms that I hardly was active on because I was so used to Facebook because I've been a Facebook freak. Not really a Facebook freak, but I started using Facebook from a very young age. We get and building that community where I was having different pages. I had different pages that was growing increasingly. Pages that I had for years that had 700 and something you know. So bear with me. My system keeps going off and on, off and on because my keyboard keeps yeah. So please bear with me while I'm going off and on. My keyboard keeps trying to change itself. But this is temporary. So I see it's not affecting my vibration. It's not affecting my vibration at all. And so that positive energy pays off to be positive. I know it's going to change definitely. So yes, I'm glad I can be here with you guys. I'm glad I am alive. I'm glad for everything that's happened to me so far. I'm glad for the betrayals. I'm glad for the trust. See, everything is God in expression. And if something isn't working right now, it's probably just trying to tell you there's something else that can be happening right now that you should put your attention to. It's not a call for negativity. Do not see resistance as something negative. It just happens out of guidance. Because infinite intelligence knows that if something is not working, you you would go and pay attention to something else. That is the human evolution. We as humans, when the road is blocked, we find another route. When we when the road is blocked, like like I said, this is challenging to keep this video going smoothly because everything I'm doing is going poof, poof, poof. But yes, when the road is blocked, we find another route. It's not a call for negative attention. Do not face that blocked road as the only way. There's always something else that should be happening. It's just channeling you to what way to flow. So source itself would raise up itself, right? Because everything is source, everything is love. There's nothing that can exist without love. Everything is love in expression because God used itself to bet all that can exist. So everything is still God, and God is love. So if something isn't working out right now, it's not a call for panic or negative attention. It's just trying to tell you there's something out there, something else more that you could be focusing on. And so it's trying to shift consciousness into the right direction. But when we try to resist, instead of moving into another direction, we want to keep our gaze on that negative emotion, that negative attention that is happening. We just only expand negative emotions and we become stagnant there when there's a lot that can be happening. And this video having challenges on its own explains this very easily. If something isn't working, it's not a do or die affair to die there. You just have to know what needs to move on, face another route, right? It's all about understanding you didn't create yourself. As much as we don't want to agree that there's God to so many of us, understanding that you didn't create yourself goes a long way. It helps bring sanity back to you. You didn't create yourself, you exist within spirit, and you are spirit. And because you are spirit existing within spirit, right? Everything that is spirit is your lesson, whether positive or negative. Everything spirit is training you because the thing is, God seeks only free will. So if your free will would always be positive, when it comes to using positive tools, you would be a tool for positivity. But if your free will would always be negative, when it comes to needing a negative tool, your free will would always be on the negative side. That is what Source is about, using free will itself. And humanity, the whole of human evolution, is just to simply understand why choose to be positive. And both the negative and the positive are trying to prove this story of love. Why express love at all? Why be positive? Why think positive? Why express love? Why be an embodiment of love? That is what human evolution is about. And so I was saying about the three, for three holds the gate of wisdom, right? One understands. You see how my little brother was my direction, because I understand a lot of computer stuff, right? But just that little information of removing your keyboard and inserting it back, the external keyboard, did a huge lot of difference to make this video possible right now. And no matter how shaky it is, right? So understand that love is God and there's nothing above. There's no principalities and powers that can exist that is possible without existing within what we exist within. Because everything exists within love. Everything is one. Because love is one. There is nothing that can be more powerful than love. And I know that it feels like sometimes something can attack you, but there is nothing. It's only source trying to get you to move, to change directions using itself that is on free will negative. Because it's not going to force itself to be positive if it chooses not to be, because everything is God in expression. And you are God in expression. So you are highly protected. There's no fear. There's no reason for fear because everything is God. You see, when you understand oneness is love, you can make sense of why love would always bring about togetherness. Do you think love wants to bring evil to positive or want to infect positive with negative? No, it's because everything is love, and the guidance that comes with understanding this is boundaries, because love sets boundaries to protect positive, just the same way it set boundaries to negative to protect negative. Like the negative itself protects itself, isolates itself, because negative attention would only expand negative emotion. This is it's isolating itself. This is why African is having so much challenges. Why? Because we are not seeing that the more negative attention we have, the more negative we expand on negativity. And this can be averted by just changing our collective vibration. But the story of love is to understand why pick love, why express love, why be an embodiment of love, why it is not stupid, why being someone that would love is not a foolish thing. But if you cannot understand it, you would see it as weakness. You see it as, oh, this person is foolish. Someone slap you and you just walked away. You'll see it as weakness. You won't see it as the most strongest thing ever to do. You think to react negatively is the wisest thing or the strongest thing to do. But when you see that we are all love beings existing within love, then you see anything negative is weakness. Anything that would reduce love in anybody else or in yourself is a sign of weakness, is weakness. Sorry. So like I was saying, positivity is very important. I was just having a notification there and I was trying to see what was that. The thing is, positivity is key because you are love. Being positive, expressing love is very important because we are love. It is not something that needs to be done out of obligation or compulsion. When you understand that it is the wisest thing to do, when you understand that expressing love is doing yourself a lot of favor. But this is why negative exists. Negative exists to bring out the real truth of this story, to explain why positivity is better. And this is why there is no light without darkness. In short, light has no meaning because if you did not see that darkness, you will never value the light. You will never see light as valuable, right? Because darkness brings out the beauty of light. So everything is intentional by creation. And the only thing that happens to me is the understanding that negative people make you appreciate positive people. That's what I see when I try to give negative people the benefit of the doubt. I see that they are just there to make me understand that negative attention would only expand negative emotions. Not even for myself, for them themselves, because if I'm facing them, I'm expanding their negative emotions because anything I give my energy to, my attention to, would always receive power to expand. So if I face negative people, I'm giving them power to expand negativity. And I don't want to do that to them. That is why I would always withdraw myself from any negative things that I have given the benefit of the doubt to try to impact positively on, but it doesn't just want to change. And you don't force people to change because everything has an intention and a storyline, especially when their storyline is out to just express negativity, to find out why negativity is not worth it, why negativity is not wisdom, why positivity is wisdom. 222 on the clock, right? And the thing is, it's beautiful when you can really see oneness in everything. You stop seeing everything as trying to bring you down. You stop seeing that there's a mistake you can make, that you stop seeing that there's any mistake you can make whatsoever because you see that you did not create yourself. Everything is just a story of source to bring out the beauty of love, why we should choose love, why we'd rather love, why we rather embody love. And that vibrational match is why this topic is very important because for three holds the gate of wisdom, and for these three to hold the gate of wisdom, these three must be in the same vibrational match. They must be expressing love the same way. They can't be anything less. If not, they would not be able to hold it. They won't be able to open that gate of wisdom. They won't be able to hold it. Wisdom won't be able to flow. It is when they are positive. And this is why vibrational match are very important to have contact with each other. So this is why I seek to unite all starseed. This is why I'm a starseed hunter because a star is just a poor representative of love. It's it's not like it has edges. It's trying to show a shining light. It's like someone trying to draw a light that is shining, and the ray of that shine is what is drawn as the edges, but it doesn't have an edge. There's no edge in drawing a star. It's just consciousness, shining light. And the crazy thing about it is there is no place or space. It is. It can't be contained. Light cannot be contained. You cannot contain light. So we are lights, and we are lights in different forms. Even the dimming version of light that is negative, right, makes the beauty of the bright light because everything has its story to tell. a beautiful story that makes up the whole picture. That's why love is everything. And when you understand it, nothing else makes sense to you. You can't see anything but love expressed or lack of love expressed. This is what makes it very fun, seriously. Because all you see is love expressed or lack of love expressed, right? And when you see that is all it is, you just take the lack of love as making you identify the love, making you appreciate the love. Because when you can identify it, you find it beautiful. You find it. So even in that lack of love, you see the beauty of it. You see how God is beautiful. Because everything is God in expression. And no part of God is more important than another. That is why there is nothing that can be placed above love. Because everything is God in expression. So understanding love is God goes a long way. And so I'm very grateful to be able to keep this video to the end, like make this video part. And remember, the tree that holds the gate of wisdom, right? The path, the key, and the awakening. The awakening is the seeker, remember, and the key is the feeler. So imagine if the key is the feeler, how important it is to actually feel, right? It's very important to feel. It's a key. It's the key of existence because our whole structure from our head to toe is made to feel. Just as our hair, our skin, everything about us is feeling. So the key is the feeler, and the path is the watcher. It's the path that puts us on that observation to identify, right? To identify love expressed, to identify lack of love expressed, to appreciate love expressed. And all this goes down to we exist within one. There is no separation in this one we exist. This one we exist within is a spirit mind, a living mind that is one. And it is all to prove love. Humanity cannot be separated from spirit. Just the same way humanity cannot be, I don't know how to call it. You cannot reverse the fact that humanity is here to prove love, right? So I hope this few words of mine goes a long way in your heart to change that belief system that there's something out there that is possible to negatively trying to bring you down, because nothing can bring you down. We are love, and love is the most powerful force in all of existence. Love is unstoppable. Nothing can bring you down. Nothing can bring you down. You are the strongest in all of existence. Nothing can bring you down. So never think that for once there is something above love. Nothing can ever be above love. It's actually the belief that something is bigger and higher that can exist, that can be above love, that brings about fear, us giving our powers to shadows that don't even exist. Because all this is just to prove love. The whole game of humanity is to prove why express love in the first place. Why not lack of love? Right? And you need to understand it on your free will, because if you don't know, if you didn't test the waters to know that it is what it is, right? It someone telling you would you just be but you have to leave it to know that it is truth in itself. This is not mere words, this is real. And this is why negative exists, to tell us that yes, positive is powerful. But if negative was not there, you won't appreciate the positive. That's just the honest truth. You would take for granted when you see positivity. You will not be someone to celebrate it. That's the word. Celebrate positivity, right? So thank you, Infinite Intelligence. Thank you, all of existence. That's why when positive people live your life, you feel it because you don't see them in everybody else. You don't see that positivity like that. And when you see it again, you appreciate it. You you appreciate it more than ever because you have seen it once and you know you recognize. "Ah, so this is that same positive. I would want to keep on to this." But if you did not have that experience of, oh, positive can be like this, when you see it again, you would not appreciate it, right? So that's the whole point of positivity and negativity. It makes one, complements the other. And everything is love. Everything is just love in expression. And so love is always beautiful. Negative things are just indication that source wants you to move in a different direction. If source would use itself to stir up someone angry to shout on you, and you know that you need positive energy, it's just telling you to move away from that negative, which is directing you into something else. Can you see that it's just a guide? It's nothing negative. It's nothing really bad because there's nothing bad about love because everything is love, right? And it's using itself to channel you. It might look like it's a bad thing, but it's not, right? It's just love itself because everything is source expressing itself through free will. And free will is always going to feel good. So negative is here to understand that free will is love, and love is the highest level of feeling. This is why the age of love is inevitable because it has already happened. There's a consciousness that carries where love is the law of the land, where love is everything, everywhere. Anything you see is love, everything you see is love. And this is going to be a reality inevitably. So fear not, because there's nothing to fear about. There's no reason for fear. Fear has no hold to exist because we all exist within love, because we all are love. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love you. I love you, and I wish you feel love today with all my heart.